Okay guys, Heinz and I are here this morning. We're going to do our initial cleanup of Allie and Jeff's house here. And we kind of already started, got some of this stuff stacked over here. We're taking this out of control Texas Ranger down. And just real quick, I want to show you what it looks like. I'll start over here and then we'll show you what it looks like at the end. Sun's coming up. So this big prickly pear, we're gonna get it off of the house. That's already broken off down there. We're gonna get rid of that. We'll rake up all of these dead ears that are on the ground. That piece of cholla is gonna go. Not much we can do with this big thing here right now. And then over here we have another dead piece of cactus. So this is what we're going to do on the outside of the gate, and I'll show you the inside of the gate in a few minutes. Quickly, just wanted to show you how this Texas Ranger is also blocking the gate to the backyard, which is back there. This will be cleared out here shortly. Okay guys, we got that big Texas Ranger down to the ground. It'll grow back, but it was just completely out of control. Now we can clearly see the gate and this fence. It looks a lot better. Once we go in here, we're going to cut this thing away from the house and down away from your electrical box here. So that's going to get trimmed up a bit. This pyracantha here is dead. There's a little bit of life in it, but it's mostly dead, as you can see over here. So that's going to come out. All of this ground stuff in the brick and everything's going to go. All of this stuff. This pile of stuff is dead. All of these things hanging on the wall, they're all going to come down. All of this is... Okay guys, sorry about that, but this is where my camera on my phone stopped working and I didn't realize it. I had to refer back to an earlier video I made for my sister and her husband only before they bought the house to finish the video, but I think you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to go through the side gate here and show you the patio. No, there's nothing wrong with your computer. Something was wrong with my phone, so I apologize for the jerkiness. Alright, got a big bush right here. Got golden barrel cactus. Looks like pyracantha over here. Some cool rocks down here. This looks like it's kind of dead. I'm not sure. Now more rocks. And this is some sprinkler setup and some lighting right here. And then I think this is a water feature. So you might have to do a little work on that to get that up and running. You're kind of up above everybody else. Here's some of the stuff growing here. And then here's a big fan palm tree that's growing back here. Here is your little table, and you're getting afternoon shade back here. And then there's your mountain view. Let me get away from the umbrella. But there's your mountain view right there, right over that roof. And as you can see, they're way down below you. And then this is the big bush that needs to get trimmed right here. And Mexican bird of paradise with the orange blossoms. It's beautiful, but everything just needs to be trimmed up. Okay guys, this is your after shot of your landscape. We're looking at your neighbors. This is between your house and the neighbors, and just so you know, to the right here, that's Mike and Connie from Michigan. One thing I wanted to show you right here is this cactus is no longer on your house. There is a gap between the cactus and your house. This is a cool cactus. I'm going to show you this. Look at the that paddle right there, and here's my hand. These are huge paddles. Anyway, so we cleaned up underneath here, trimmed it back off the house. This one here I trimmed up quite a bit. We cut off some old dead stuff down there, and then we raked all of the dead paddles off the ground and cleaned everything up here. Back here there was a cholla that was just laying on the ground. That's gone. Your driveway's right there. Jan's car is over there. We're here together. And we just generally raked things up and cleaned up here. We decided not to touch this big bush yet because I think there's a bunch of hummingbirds with nests in there. We could hear them chittering. And then along down here, there was a big chunk of dead cactus in this area by the stop sign. And we cleaned all that up. And then we're down here by the edge of your driveway. This area in front of your fence, Heinz and I cleaned up too. This plant, we moved and replanted it here on the end. This one is a beautiful plant. These I think are all artichoke agave. Dug out some what they call pups, other small plants. We had to take one out here that was invading onto the driveway and planted two of the pups here. And we've watered them. Hopefully they'll take well. I'll move up here so I'm not putting into the sun. But all of your desert broom, we kind of took the hedge trimmers and rounded them all. So they look pretty nice. And then this is again out to the side of your house. Clean this area up, swept everything. This plant is exactly where it was. Those are where they are. At some point we'll have to clean one or two of those out of there, but they don't look too bad for now. This was where your Texas Ranger was, and I know it looks horrible, but it will grow back. Anyway, it was just halfway in front of the gate. It was way out into the driveway. You can see where the ground is discolored, where it was hanging out over the driveway. So now we're going to go inside the gate. There's a little rock down here to hold your gate open. So this plant, you can see right here that we cut it away from the house, and then we cut it down so it's below your electrical box. And then on this side we found a couple of pots, so we just kind of strategically placed them. And then all of these little plants that you're going to see here came from over on the driveway. There were no plants in here. I don't know if you remember, but there was a bunch of wire on the walls with climbing stuff growing on it, and we've removed all that. Here's another new plant in here, artichoke agave. Here's another one, and this was covered with ground cover that was climbing up the walls. We've cleaned it all up. There's another one. Here's a big, beautiful one. This one was a real fight to get out of the ground to move, so it's beat up a little bit, but not bad. There's one more back there. And then there, we cleaned up some of these rocks and just kind of made a little design out of it. So since it's not really a functioning pond anymore, we just tried to make it look as good as we could. A couple of pots back there for some color. And then these come out to the driveway here. And then we cleaned up this palm tree. It had a ton of dead stuff on it and lots of stuff in the middle that didn't really need to be there. So that looks way better than it did. Over here, this is your bedroom window and then your little computer room window here. We cut all of these things down because they were all too tall and falling over. We secured this onto your house with a couple of clamps, and this pipe that goes, it's a drain from your swamp cooler. We secured that onto the house with a couple of clamps and glued all the connections, cut it off so it wasn't hanging way out over the roof up here, and kind of dressed that up a little bit. This had a huge Mexican bird of paradise growing out through it, and it was just blocking everything and hanging way out over the patio here, making your patio seem pretty small. So we cleaned this fan palm up and It looks really good. And if you notice, if you look straight up from this fan palm, da 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 da, it's your mountain view. There it is. Gotta love that. All right, so over here there was a pipe sticking out of the ground. We cut that out and buried it, and raked this up and cleaned it up a bit, and then took some more of that fencing wire stuff off the wall. And the wind keeps blowing your cushions down, but this is your two-person setup for sitting outside. And then if you have guests, you'll need new cushions. These are pretty nasty, but this is your little patio, and again, there's your view right there. And then the big plant that was outside your bedroom window, we cut it way down, as you can see there, cut it away from the house, and it's much happier. Over here, we cut this Mexican bird of paradise down to the ground. It will grow back, and it'll be pretty big. And we took 2 or 3 of them out that were right up against the wall, and one that was out here that really didn't need to be here. And then from this fan palm over here, there was a little one starting to grow, so we took it over here and replanted it right here. That's your neighbor Mike. So anyway, this is the view back on your patio. Looks pretty nice. I think you're going to be pretty happy with it. Golden barrel cactus with pups growing. So anyway, we're going to walk back into the sun here in just a second, so I'll stop the video here, and just wanted you to see that is what your yard looks like now that Heinz and I were here for a couple of days. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.